straight from New York, we have got the one and only Anna Sui in the house with us today. And Dave, lucky Dave, you wanted to be here. You've interviewed Anna many times.
I have. I am so excited to have a designer of this caliber in the Cityline studio. Is phenomenal. I covered New York Fashion Week for 8 years, and Anna Sui's show in New York is the hottest ticket. I mean, it is so incredible. It's like a rock show. You've got people lined up. There's stars and pop stars from Korea and from China, and then you've got American pop stars. It's a really big deal. So to have her here is really exciting.
Thank you.
Well,
Thanks so
what
much.
we love about Anna is that every time you come, I mean, last time she was here with her brother and another relative, she's so laid back and cool and down to earth and grounded. And we were talking a little bit before the cameras came on about what keeps you like that. You are operating at a very high level when it comes to design and fashion and beauty, yet your 2 feet are so firmly planted on the ground. How do you stay that way?
Well, I just know how much work it takes to do everything, and it's not just you, it's a whole team. Yeah. And you've got so many people on your side and so many people supporting you that you're just very appreciative of everything.
Yeah.
But let's face it, she's got celebrities that she dresses. You know, Liv Tyler, you've got Naomi Campbell, Blake Lively, and now Stevie Nicks.
Oh.
You have to tell the Stevie Nicks story. That story is so great.
It's so funny. Well, a while back, Stevie Nicks was making her comeback, and somehow I got interviewed and asked, like, what do you think of Stevie Nicks? And I'm like, oh, Fleetwood Mac? I was a punk rocker. I wasn't into Fleetwood Mac. Thinking like that was fine to say. And all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, after the article came out, my assistant said, Anna, Stevie Nicks is on the phone. And I'm like, come on. And like, no, really, Stevie Nicks is on the phone. And I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble now. So I pick up the phone and she's laughing. And she said, that was so funny. I'm so glad you had the nerve to say that. And I probably, if I was a punk rocker, I would have said the same thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then she invited me to her show at Madison Square Garden, so it was great.
Are you serious?
And you got to see her clothes right backstage.
Yeah,
she
brought me
travels with all her
backstage,
clothes.
Because we started talking about her clothes, because of course I always loved the way she looked.
Right.
And she said, oh, I still have the same boot maker. I have all my boots custom made, and they're those platform boots that she always wears. Mm-hmm. And then she said, you have to see my wardrobe. It's so gorgeous. And so she took me backstage and showed me everything. But she had this hologram on her head, so I didn't know where to look. And it was just...
This is real celebrity stories. Then she had this hologram on her head, you know.
But then she wore your clothes in Harper's Bazaar.
She did. She
wow.
wore one of my coats from that season and a top hat, and then she ended up ordering them, so I was thrilled.
That's beautiful. So the lesson from this is go ahead and diss a celebrity. Good things could happen. That is amazing. You know, a lot of people, when they see your products, Anna, they're so wowed by the packaging. It's so beautiful. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, I've always loved product, always loved cosmetics. And as a kid, I always saved all the packaging for some reason. I guess I always knew I was going to have something to do with it.
Yeah.
And I have this obsession with packaging, so I thought I have to pass this on to my customer. I don't want them to throw anything away. Like, you can't throw the box away, you keep the container and use it for something else, and you just treasure that product. And I hope that that's how people feel when they see it.
Oh,
but that is the
absolutely.
quality. Like, if you look at her nail polish in particular, like sort of the bodice, and the level of quality of Anna's beauty astounds me, and it's so they are like little pieces of art.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
It's something that I really appreciate.
A lot of what we see is of the rose in a lot of your packaging. What's the significance of that flower for you?
Well, again, when I started designing my products, of course, the first questions people ask you is, what's your favorite scent? And on the fragrance and on the cosmetics, I answered both the same. I love the roses. Like my parents always had a rose garden, and there's a flea market by my apartment that sells farmers market things, and they have tea roses, and they have them in a lavender color, which is my favorite color. And I used to buy them and fill my room with them, and then the whole room would smell like tea rose. So I answered, I love tea rose, and that became the scent behind the cosmetics and the first fragrance.
Beautiful. Okay, well, we want to see some of your clothing and your makeup. So let's bring the models out, because this stuff is stunning. Like, this is not for the understated gal, okay?
But I think what makes Anna so special in terms of the fashion and in terms of the beauty is that she really is a master at combining texture and fabric and detail.
Right.
And if you actually sort of feel some of the fabrics that she has on you going down the runway, they're almost feather light. They kind of float on air. So there's incredible attention to detail with this and skill. That's what's remarkable about her.
So bold color, not only in the coat, but also in the lips. And you are sort of known, whenever I see you, you're wearing that bold lip.
Oh yeah, she's got on my signature look. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was that tall and that young, I'd kind of look like her, I guess. But she's got on my black eyeliner, my red lips, which was the first color that I developed. I was so obsessed with red lipstick that I saved all the little bits and pieces of like that 5 and dime lipstick that used to get that the red would never come off.
Yes.
And we developed the color to match that.
Lovely. Okay, look number 1. Thank you so much. Once again, look at how much is going on. You've got different patterns happening, which we know has always been, it's very on trend right now, but it's always been in for you.
Yes.
Mixing the patterns and having some fun. There's this real sense of not taking yourself too seriously.
Well, she's got on a very cool bohemian mix.
Yes.
And I think that her makeup reflects the look that she's wearing, where she's got like a creamy eyeshadow that's applied on with the fingers and kind of smudged in. And then she's got this great new lipstick that we developed. It's called Lipstick M, and it's marbleized. And when you put it on, there's 2 colors that are mixed together, and so it always goes on a little differently.
Ah, so you never know what you're going to get, right?
Exactly.
I love that. It's also, you know, a fun packaging, but also a fun product. Thank you very much, and loving those boots. Those are gorgeous.
But again, Tracy, the whole attention to this whole vintage, there's a whole vintage vibe, sort of a rock and roll vibe to everything.
Yeah.
And again, you can sort of see the star on the end. We showed that not too long ago in City
That
Line.
is so cool. I almost would not even use that lipstick. I would want to just put it on my dresser and look at it.
Well, then
it's
you have
just
to buy
so pretty.
2, one to save and one to use.
There you go. That's what I would do. Okay, once again, look at the textures happening in this and the color.
Thank you.
So bold.
This is a playful kind of special occasion look.
Yes.
And she has matching makeup with pops of color. There's turquoise on her eyelids, and then she has like a very special like lip gloss on, but she's got rosy cheeks, which I just love. Like I think that women look great with rosy cheeks.
Now, you mentioned from the first model, if it was a few years ago and you were her age, you'd probably be rocking the same look. But have you really changed your look as the years have gone by?
Not really.
Good.
I own that coat. I own that top.
Good. Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
But
Beautiful.
remember you said it was since you were 5. It's kind of the same haircut.
Yeah.
You know, since
Yeah.
you
These are
had.
the same bangs I had since 5 years old. Yeah.